Well, hello, welcome again to our continued reading of selections from Aeschylus' Prometheus Bound, and I got up last time to line 786. So you'll recall that the chorus and Io have asked for Prometheus to explain to Io of her long and tortuous journey, and he's done that in several sections and explained to her that one of her descendants is the one who's going to release him. And now he continues on to tell her more of what's going to happen towards the end of her journey. So it begins with Epo Prothumest. And of course the chorus have actually then asked and said, well, look, tell her the rest of her story, but also tell us who is the one who's going to release you, which we had up here. And Prometheus then replies, since you are so zealous, since you are so keen, uk antiosomai, I will not oppose. And then we get this to is with the articular infinitive and the may u for negation here. So I will not stand in opposition so as not to utter. We get this combination of may u. So as not to speak or to utter everything, as many as whatever thing you ask. So each thing, as many as you have asked, literally. So I will not stand in the way of uttering everything which you have asked, each matter which you've made inquiry of. Soi proton, to you firstly, adverbial. Eoi is the vocative from eo. You get a similar thing in the name Sappho, and the vocative of Sappho is Saphoi. These names in Omega, some of them have a vocative ending in this oi. So to you first, O Io, Phraso, I will speak of this polludonon planane. Polludonos, something like much driven, sorely vexed. The word only occurs here. Planane wandering, so I will speak to you firstly of your sore vexed wandering. Hain, which eng graphu is an imperative, second person middle imperative from eng graphemi. So it means you, emphatic, inscribe it in the mental tablets of your mind. The adjective mnemon means mindful, and then the mindful tablets, so the mental tablets of your mind. An interesting expression for memory. Hotan perases, iota adscript here. So whenever you cross the rethron, the stream, understand which is, the oron, the border, and now we get a dual genitive here, of the two mainlands. So this is referring to the crossing of the Bosphorus here from Europe to Asia. So when you have crossed the stream, which is the border of the two mainlands, i.e. the two continents really, pros antolas phlogopas aelius dibe. Now there's a problem here in the text. There's a possible lacuna. The geography is obscure. There may be a line left out here. Many modern editors read Halios dibe and put these two together. The line means something like walk in the rays of the sun in the direction of the flaming east. And we're getting plurals here for singular. The antolas are the risings of the sun. So you could also take it as simply walk in the flaming risings of the sun, that is, towards the east. Others take it as this is one word, to walk in the sun's rays towards the flaming east. Again, you'll need to look at commentaries on this. Pontu perosa flois bon est an ex ek, iota adscript, hi foicetes nai usi. sorry, I've skipped a line here. Pros gorgonea paedia kisthenes. So having crossed the Floisbond, Floisbos is one of those Homeric words often used of the sea. So it means the roaring. So having crossed the roaring of the sea, estan is an idiom, estan plus the subjunctive until. It's very quite common, estan. So until, and we get a subjunctive here, second person aorist middle from ex hic neomai. So until you come out in the direction of the Gorgonian plain, or plains, Kisthene of Kisthene. And apparently some scholars think it's a possible reference here to the Caspian Sea. Hina, where, and that's that adverbial use of hina, meaning where, the Phorcides dwell, these Danae Chorai. Now you get that that adverb dane, meaning for a long time, and this is an adjective formed from this, meaning long-lived or ancient. The three ancient daughters who have the form of a swan. These are the Graeae, and they are portrayed in Hesiod's Theognis 270 to 275. They're probably swan-like only in the sense that they have white hair. They're otherwise pretty ghastly creatures, and they are ones who possess from ektaomai. So those who possess a common eye, so they've got one eye to share. Monodontes, and having one tooth, being single-toothed. Now I'm not quite sure whether that means each of them had one tooth or they had one tooth between the three of them. Again, you can look at the commentaries on this. Whom, agreeing with this, the Phorcides, these maidens, so, or perhaps whom, neither does the sun look upon, from prosderchomai, actisin, from actis, dative plural, with its rays, nor the nightly mane, moon, I think, ever understand look upon. Pallas de, and nearby are the three sisters of them, are their three sisters, catapteroi. These are furnished with wings, and they're dractolomaloi. Well, this is a funny word. It means with snaky locks. You can see the dracon here, dracon to maloi, with snaky lock. The Gorgons, the man-hating Gorgon, or human-hating Gorgons, with their snaky locks, whom no mortal, ace idone, having looked upon, hexa, future from echo, literally will have breath. So in other words, anyone who looks on them will no longer live, and that's of course because they get turned into stone. Well, the story of the wanderings of Io continue. Tuton men soi tuto phroimion lego. So I speak this, now we get a men here, so such a thing, do I speak, perhaps such a thing is this which I speak to you, proimion, as a prelude. In other words, it's going to get even worse. Alain de Cuson, and but now we get a men and a de. So such a thing as this I speak to you as a prelude, but here another dus kere, this is from care, a hand here, difficult to bear, something like that, fearful or difficult to bear. Theorian, spectacle, theoria. So here another ghastly, difficult to bear spectacle. Oxotumos gartsenos, akrages kunas, grupas phulaxai. This is an imperative, aorist imperative from phulasso. So 4, guard against the sharp-mouthed, so perhaps we might say sharp-teethed, but sharp-mouthed, unbarking akrages kunas dogs, xenos of Zeus. This is another form of the genitive of Zeus. The grupas, the griffins, and, understand, beware, the one-eyed army, or the Aramaspon army, so the army of the Aramaspi, who are Hippobamon. Hippobamon is mounted, so it's hippos, a horse, and the bar is from Bami, so horse-mounted Arimaspi. So the griffins probably somewhat similar to the cherubim in the Old Testament. I think there may be some overlap between these ideas. So guard against these griffins, these unbarking sharp-mouthed dogs of Zeus, and guard against the one-eyed army of the Aramaspi, who are mounted on horses, who dwell around the beautiful flowing Nama stream of literally the crossing, perhaps just the river here, of Pluto. And you'll have to look up the commentaries on this to get more information about the Pluto here. It may be some god of wealth. Tutois sume palas. They do not draw near tutois to them. So don't go near them. But hexes, you will come, future from Heiko, to a land which is Tail Uron, which is whose borders are a long way away, so a far away land. Kelinon Fulon, a black tribe, hoi prosheliunaiusi pagais, who dwell. Now the pros goes with the pagais here, I think, so it's beside the streams of the sun. And there is, in other words, not the streams, perhaps, the streams, or perhaps the source of the sun, the streams of the sun. It's connected with pagnumi. It can mean streams or the source of the sun, i.e. towards the east. And there is the Potamos Aethiops, is the river Aethiops. So Io is going to end up down in North Africa somewhere below Egypt, and in somewhere near Ethiopia. Tuta par octas herp eos exas catabasmon. This is from herpo, to creep. Now it's often used in the sense of just go, making your way slowly. It's literally creep here, connected with our word serpent, of course. So go beside the banks of this, that is, of this river, it's mentioned here, eos an, until, this is the iota adscript here, until you might come to the catabasmon, to the cataract. So these are the famous cataracts down below Egypt, where the Nilos, the Nile, Easi is from Eami, to send forth. So it sends forth from the river, from the mountains from the Biblinian mountains, from the mountains of Biblinos. The Nile sends forth its septon, its holy or sacred stream, which is eupoton, well, good to drink, hence sweet. The pot is from pino, it's that same root from the verb pino, I drink. You get potarion from the cup, the same thing. So it's good to drink, i.e. it's sweet water. Houtos se odose ten trigonon es kthona Nelotin. This, that is the Nile, will guide you into literally the three-cornered land. That is, this is the Nile Delta, the Nilotic three-cornered land, so i.e. to the Nile Delta, where, indeed, Io, there's the vocative again, Peprotai, it is fated for you and for your children, Katisai from Katidzo, this is the aorist infinitive, to found a faraway apoikia, colony or settlement. So it is fated for you to establish there a faraway settlement. Tonti a tisoipsilon. So of these things, if anything, understand, is psilon, funny word, it means faltering in speech, and hence obscure or unintelligible. So if any of these things are unintelligible for you, tekai dus euraton, and difficult, this is from heurisco, to find, but hence to work out, and difficult to decipher almost. We get this very funny imperative here, ep an diplasde. So it's ep plus ana plus de, compound. It's a very obscure word. It means to reiterate a question, to ask for things twice over. So, in other words, to question repeatedly. So it says, question me repeatedly, and this is the present imperative, Sappho's clearly. Skole deployon, depleon, aethelo parestimoi. There is present for me more skole, more leisure time than I want. So in other words, I've got more time on my hands than I really actually want. Now the chorus now intervene and say, Amen titeidi loipon e paramenon. So if you have something to utter, or something further to utter, teidi, to this girl, something further or something passed over. This is from it's a perfect participle from parahiemi, so to have passed over. So if you have something further or something passed over to utter to this girl, regarding or to utter of, or perhaps regarding her polyphoroplanes, two termination adjective here, her much destructive wandering, lege, speak it. Now we had a men up here, and there's the balancing de. But if, herakas, you have spoken, perfect from lego, panta, everything, dos, grant, moreover, hamin to us, the favour, the very one which we asked for, i.e. as to who's going to release him. Memnesai de pus, this is a very polite use of the enclitic pu here. It's something like almost, perhaps you still remember it. And they want to find out who is the one who is going to release him. He originally said he would only tell one of two stories, that is what's going to happen to Io or who's going to release him, but he's changed his mind and he's prepared to release both, give out both bits of information. He's told Io what's going to happen to her, and then he's now going to tell the chorus who is the one who is going to release him.